Me and my sister both got two systems at the same time. One was a beauty system, the other was a luck system. My sister jumped on the beauty system first, which meant I was stuck with the luck system. So she used her looks to land the military god general she'd been obsessing over for years. But less than a month later, the general died in battle. She became nothing but a pretty widow with a cursed reputation, and eventually got kidnapped by some creep and tortured to death. Meanwhile, I was born with a natural breeding constitution, got picked by the emperor, entered the palace, and popped out 8 kids in 3 years. I climbed all the way to Empress. My sister was eaten alive by jealousy. She regretted picking the wrong system. After she died, her vengeful spirit dragged me into the water and drowned me. I opened my eyes again, and I was back. Back to the day we chose our systems. This time, my sister didn't hesitate for a single second. She grabbed the luck system and smiled at me. "Little sis, I'll leave the beauty system for you. Hope you can actually handle it." Right then and there I knew. She'd been reborn too. In my last life, I had just become Empress, finally about to rule the realm and have people bow at my feet, when my sister's vengeful spirit dragged me underwater and killed me. When I opened my eyes again, daylight was blinding. I gasped for air. My soul felt like it had been drifting in nothingness. I was still in shock. Then a clear, ethereal voice rang out above my head. "The beauty system and the luck system. You may only bind one." That's when I realized I'd been reborn. Back to the day of the choosing. Before I could even catch my breath, my sister dropped to her knees without a second thought, practically vibrating with excitement. "I choose to bind the luck system." The moment she said it, a flash of golden light surged into her body. She stood up and walked over to me. With the smuggest look on her face, "Little sis, the beauty system is all yours. Try not to waste it." And in that moment, I knew for certain. She had been reborn too. In my last life, my sister grabbed the beauty system first, leaving the luck system for me. I entered the palace as an imperial consort, chosen by the emperor because of my natural constitution. I gave birth to 8 princes in 3 years. The emperor was so thrilled he kept promoting my rank. Then I delivered quadruplets in one go, and that very night I was crowned empress. My sister, meanwhile, used her looks to marry the military god general she'd always dreamed of. He was handsome, powerful. She thought she'd landed the perfect life. But on their wedding night, a secret report came in. The general abandoned her and rode out with his troops to suppress a rebellion. Less than a month later, news came back that the general had died in battle. My sister got labeled a jinx. After the general's household fell into ruin, some perverts snatched her in the middle of the night because she was beautiful. She was brutally assaulted and left to die in a cave. So in this life, my sister moved fast and claimed the luck system first. She thought that as long as she had a natural breeding constitution, the throne was basically hers. But she had no idea what I'd been through, how hard I worked, how much I sacrificed to get there. On the day of the imperial selection, my sister was up before the roosters, dolling herself up. In my last life, she'd faked being sick to avoid showing up, all because she was hung up on the general. But this time, she showed up with a flawless face full of makeup and a brand new gorgeous outfit. She threw her old clothes at me and made me wear them, then confiscated my makeup box and told me I wasn't allowed to get ready. But even like that, when he barefaced in rags, I was still noticeably more beautiful than her. When my mother saw me, she was disgusted. "What on earth are you wearing? We're the Duke's household. Are we short on clothes? You're an embarrassment." My father wasn't pleased either. "Lianji, with that attitude of yours, maybe you shouldn't even bother participating. Don't make a fool of us in front of Eunuch Kui." I said nothing. But Eunuch Kui spoke up. "You've already come this far. Come sit down and let's have a look." My sister shot me a dismissive glance, looking like she'd already won. My mother grabbed Eunuch Kui's arm and pushed hard for my sister. "Eunuch Kui, just look at our Shinner. Gentle, gracious, elegant, and poised. She's perfect for the imperial harem." Eunuch Kui sat up on his stool, sizing up both of us. But just as his hand was about to point toward me, my sister couldn't hold it together anymore. She lifted her chin and declared, "I was born with a natural breeding constitution. I can ease His Majesty's burden of having few heirs." The second she said it, Eunuch Kui's eyes lit up. He shot to his feet. "I finally found you! Pack your things, you're coming to the palace with me." My parents' faces lit up instantly. My mother burst into tears, hugging my sister. "I knew it! Shinner Mama always knew you'd be chosen." My sister was grinning ear to ear and couldn't resist rubbing it in. "Sorry, little sis. Guess big sister's heading to the palace first." My mother glared at me too. "You shameless little thing. Get back inside and don't ruin your sister's big moment." My heart dropped. It was the same as last time. My mother had always looked down on me. But last time, my sister faked sick, so they had no choice but to push me out there as a placeholder. And somehow, I ended up being the one who got picked. This time around with my sister in the picture, they couldn't care less about me, even though objectively I looked better than her. I turned to leave, but Eunuch Kui called out after me. "Hold on, what's your name?" My mother jumped in. "This is my second daughter, Lianzi. She's antisocial and hard to like. Please don't mind her, Eunuch." My father assumed I'd offended the eunuch and went stiff. "Lianzi, you little brat! Get over here and apologize to the eunuch right now." I swallowed my humiliation and started to bow my head. But Eunuch Kui wasn't upset at all. He smiled and pulled me over. "Miss Lianji, I think you're quite something too. Come to the palace with your sister." My sister's face fell immediately. The look she gave me was pure resentment. I just smiled to myself. So what if I switched systems? I was going to the palace either way. The moment we entered the palace, my sister's luck system kicked in. She was summoned to the emperor's bed that very first night and named noble consort Leon the next morning. She moved into Changchun Palace, and the outrageous royal favor she'd received spread to every corner of the palace, including my little courtyard. In this life, without the Lux system, I'd never been summoned. I was just a low-ranked Daying, crammed into a shared room with a bunch of other girls waiting for their name to be called. One nice sunny day, I took my blankets outside to air them out. That's when I ran into my sister, who had been climbing the ranks. She rolled up with 7 or 8 maids trailing her and 2 little eunuchs leading the way. Full royal procession energy. My little courtyard could barely fit them all. She walked up to me and dramatically covered her nose and mouth, face full of disgust. "Little sis, why are you still wearing the same outfit?" She signaled to the maid beside her, who pulled out a burlap sack and tossed it right at my feet. "Don't say big sister never helped you. The emperor gave me so many clothes, way more than I can wear, so I'm giving these to you." I looked down. All used, worn-out clothes. Some of them had gone moldy, actual mold growing on them. I smiled. "Sister, is this really what the emperor gifted you?" She saw I wasn't backing down, and had the nerve to talk back. She slapped me across the face. "How dare you? You got a death wish?" My skin is fair and delicate. My cheek swelled up red almost instantly. That's when my sister finally looked satisfied. She leaned in close and said in a voice only I could hear, "Lianji, don't think that pretty face of yours is going to save you. As long as I'm here, you will never get near the emperor. Rot in this dump and die alone." I stared back at her, expressionless. Glanced at the entourage behind her. Same as last life, arrogant, untouchable, and completely full of herself. "Sister, maybe worry a little more about yourself." She looked at me like I'd said something hilarious, scanned me up and down. "I think you're just jealous. I walked into this palace and the emperor gave me everything. No matter how pretty you are, the emperor doesn't even want to look at you. He needs me by his side every single day. Oh, and I'm already carrying his child. Once I give birth to a prince, my child will be the crown prince. Lianji, what exactly do you have to compete with me?" I watched her run her mouth, completely drunk on the emperor's favor, not a single filter left. I said nothing. She saw I wasn't reacting, like punching a wall of cotton, not worth the breath. She turned around and strutted back to Changchun Palace. In my last life, I was in the exact same position she was. The Lux system kicked in the very first night I was with the emperor, and I conceived immediately. But that pregnancy was twins, and it nearly killed me. I watched my sister walk away, and I smiled coldly. She had no idea. The wolves were already circling,